Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to the technical session 5A. Myself, Shashwat Mani Tripathi, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastics, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 10th International Conference on Smart Trends in Computing and Communications, SMARTCOM 2026, Pune, India. The 10th edition of the conference is being organized in the hybrid mode. The physical event is held today in Pune, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom from 19 to 21st January 2026. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 10 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answers. On 9th minute, I will raise a very gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remark. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to the chat box. Just before we start this session, I would like to introduce you to the chair of this session, Dr. Devanand Atmaram Meshram. Sir is an assistant professor at RMD Singhar School of Engineering, Pune, India. With over 20 years of professional experience, including 18 years in teaching and 2 years in industries. His research interests include operating system, computer network security, and artificial intelligence with extensive academic experience and partial industries exposure. He is actually involved in teaching, research, and mentoring students in the field of information technology. Now, I would like to start with the papers. So we have Shubham, paper titled CBDC and the Future of E-Governance, Bridging Digital Public Infrastructure Trust and Financial Inclusion. Shubham, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
You may please begin with your presentation.
Is my screen visible, sir?
No, it is not.
Is it visible now?
Yes, Shubham, you may please start.
Okay. Thank you. So my title for the presentation is CBDC and the future of e-governance, bridging digital public infrastructure trust and financial inclusion. First of all, we will start with CBDC. What is CBDC? CBDC is a central bank digital currency which is operated by central bank of the country, like RBI of our country operates. It is a digital form of currency which will replace the physical form of currency, but it is operated on the blockchains. So security remains a major concern about it, which will be tackled in this study. So it become important with respect of government and financial body like RBI and NPCI, how they implement this new form of currency, which can build trust among its users and provide easy and transparent platform for them to use, and how CBDC can help in achieving the goal of financial inclusion. So the aim of this study is to look at how government are ready to adapt the digital platforms such as CBDC and how it will help citizens to accept these platforms. And achieving the goal of financial inclusion is the priority of governments, because every household are unable to go to banks for their daily needs. So based on the aim of the study, few hypotheses have been created with help of literature reviews Trust in digital platforms significantly influence perceived e-governance. Second hypothesis is digital public infrastructure significantly influence perceived e-governance. Hypothesis 3 is that the usefulness of CBDC significantly influence perceived e-governance. Digital literacy and skill significantly influence perceived e-governance. Further, next hypothesis is privacy and security significantly influence e-governance. And ex existing payment system significantly influence e-governance. And last hypothesis of the study will be accessibility and financial inclusion significantly influence perceived e-governance. Based on all this literature review and aim of the study, objective of the study are examining the role of CBDC in strengthening e-governance, analyzing the impact of trust on CBDC adoption, evaluating interoperability with existing payment system, understanding CBDC role in financial inclusion. Based on the objective of the study, my perceived e-governance effectiveness is my dependent variables and all other factors are my independent variables. And this was the questionnaire which was circulated to many participants based on which results have been calculated. This was the conceptual diagram. Perceived e-governance effectiveness is my dependent variable and all other factors are independent variable. In this study, a survey-based research was conducted on primary data on random sampling method, and a questionnaire based on Likert scale was circulated to 300 individuals, out of which 164 have filled the form, but due to incompletion of the data, only 117 samples were observed based on the incomplete responses. So 117 responses were observed using the regression analysis technique applied to check whether the effectiveness of e-governance was on these factors or not. The results of regression tells that the value of R square indicates that approximately 80% of the variations in perceived e-governance is expected by dependent variables, which means that the model is statistically sound and significant for further studies. And multiple R square value is 0.89. That dependent variable is strongly related to independent variable. Further, results of ANOVA analysis shows that model is statistically significant, that our p-value is far below than 0.05, which indicates that the independent variable has significant impact on dependent variable. And the coefficient table shows that government for digital payment, trust in government for digital payment, perceived usefulness of CBDC, digital literacy, and interoperability with payment systems significantly enhance e-governance, while other factors such as digital infrastructure, privacy concern, and accessibility were not significant, which means that the finding highlights that the trust is the most crucial factor in adoption of any digital platform or any other services, which is followed by the usefulness of CBDC, digital literacy, and interoperability. Policymakers should therefore prioritize transparent CBDC design integration with existing payment platforms and large-scale digital literacy initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
It's a nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, am I
Yes,
audible?
thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, in case of your financial advertisement, or you can see that the any other banking system provides some financial. So how your
Yes.
CBDC is provided?
So CBDC is just a digital form of currency. Like we use rupees, it will be given to every household online.
Okay, so it is the parallel of Bitcoin.
No, sir, it is a parallel of currency which we are using, like Google Pay. But this platform is officially operated by RBIs or central banks of the countries.
Okay, good, good, good. Very nice, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, sir.
Oh. So next we have Shushan, paper titled Deep Learning Method for Starship Detection a comprehensive survey and experimental evaluation.
Yeah, sir, can I share my screen?
Yes, you will please start with your presentation.
Is it visible, sir?
No. Now it is visible.
Now it is visible. Okay. So shall we start?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. So my paper ID is 116. The topic name is Deep Learning Method for SARS Detection, a comprehensive survey and experimental evaluation. So these are the sequence of presentation. So we'll start with the introduction. So in the last decade, we had a significant increase in the interest on the topic related to the time series and analysis of multitemporal, multispectral, and multisensory data. So due to this, synthetic aperture radar, that is imaging, has become a high level and powerful monitoring tool used in a wide range of applications. So with the increasing requirement from both the civilian and the defense area, object detection and tracking are becoming more important application to enhance the surveillance capability in the modern SAR system. So object detection using SAR images currently receive the more attention due to the stability of the synthetic aperture radar images and as compared to the optical images. So these are the advanced applications of the specifically spaceborne SAR system. That is one of the complementary information to the optical system. It is the penetration of the radar wave to the cloud, smoke, and vegetation. Weather independent day and night imaging capability. That is the major advantage of this SAR system is there. This is the acquisition geometry of the SAR system. That is basically the SAR sensor are put it on the airborne or the spaceborne system, that is on satellite or in the aeroplane, and from that the data will be captured on the ground through the by sending the electromagnetic pulses on the ground and received by the same signal and forming an image basically. So this is general graphics of SAR system image acquisition is there. That is what this line, horizontal line is nothing but the azimuth direction, and the vertical line is nothing but the range direction, and this is the area captured by the electromagnetic pulses. This is known as the swath width basically. So this some mathematical parameters are involved to capturing this data is nothing but the incidence angle, depression angle, slant range along the track azimuth and across the track azimuth. So basically when we acquired this image, what acquisition geometry will get is nothing but the electromagnetic waves are sequentially transmitted and the backscattered echoes are collected back by the radar antenna. So this will have the target with a high backscattered signal are identified as a bright spot in the radar image and flat smooth surface as a dark areas. So basically it is a 2D reflective map of the image data. The flight direction is denoted as azimuth direction, and the line of sight is the slant direction. So the consecutive time of transmission and reception of the translate into the different position due to the platform movement. So basically this is the procedure to get the image from the SAR data, that is azimuth direction and the range direction. By using some signal processing operations, we form an image data. So this is the SAR operation, that is a frequency, number of frequency bands are used. This is frequency and wavelength. So we for this application I preferred the C band frequency band, that is from 7.5 to 3.75 gigahertz frequency band and 4 to 8 centimeters. So generally popularly use the C band for the our application of SIP detection is there. So we why we propose the deep learning approach. So in this deep learning approach, we have studied the availability of deep learning model, available platform and SAR images dataset for the SIP detection, and implemented VZ16, ResNet 18, and YOLO V8 deep learning model, and compared with the performance of the model selected with the dataset for the validation. Basically, what is the difference between the conventional SIP detection from the synthetic aperture radar data and deep learning data? So it is a basic difference that in conventional use, then we fragment this method into three parts. That is, first of all, taking the data from the satellite, that is the EMF data is there. So we segregate the data from the sea and land segmentation. Then sea data will be applied to the CFR detection, that is constant false alarm rate detectors, and then discriminate and then get output. But the deep learning algorithm combine all these three methods into the one thing. So that will be the advantages, and getting the accuracy also is one of the important quantitatively improvement in the deep learning. It is an also important thing. So this deep learning approach basically used that these are the data sets available. Basically, this SAR system, deep learning approaches are already used for the image processing, no, optical image processing, but not for the synthetic aperture radar data set. So basically, this first data set for the SAR application introduced in the December 2017. So when data set is available, then we start the deep learning methodologies on there. So first data set is available in 17 is a SAR SIP detection data set that is widely publicly available. By using the deep learning approach for this type of application will be started from there. So this is the table 2 shows the statistic of the SAR dataset used in the last 5 years. So we have compared with this. So mostly use the SSD dataset, that is total 147, and the SAR SIP dataset is the second one amongst the popularly used. So that will be the 5 years data statistics of the deep learning dataset. This is the available data set in the last 5 years. So this in table 3 has been shown. This is SAR sensors, that is from where to acquire the data set. So these are the satellites, these are the available satellites from we can access the data. So most popularly use the Sentinel-1, that is European Space Agency is there, that provided the SAR dataset. That will be most popularly used. And then Jofen 3, it is the Chinese SAR sensors are there, satellite data center there, that one provide the maximum data sets are there. So to use the deep learning approach, preferably the PyTorch will be maximally used. Then TensorFlow will be followed as a deep learning framework to process that type of application. So these are the some deep learning algorithms are there model to use that for the processing of this data set for the SIP detection, that is RCNN, faster CNN, YOLO, RetinaNet, ResNet, and VGG. So I have selected the ResNet and VGG and the recent most, that is YOLO V8, because the ResNet still we use the maximum, because there is a common belief that that deeper neural network inherently is the better performance, but that is not the case. Generally, when we add the more layers, then it will be deteriorate the output, or there may be a vanishing gradient problem, particularly the deep neural. But in the ResNet provide the data of necessary skip connections are there, so it will give the fast output as compared to the other deep learning algorithm. So this is the architecture of the ResNet that will already there, so no need to explain. That is VGG is there, second one is there. So but VGG problem is that it's a time computation time is very high, because it start by initial filter start by one filter. So it is very time consuming process in VGG. But deep learning algorithm, that is recent algorithm YOLO V8, this provide the moderate result as compared to the other deep learning algorithm, because it is a 3-end process, that is backbone, neck, and head is there. So for experimental setup that we have used the input size of 224 by 224 for ResNet and VGG, and 640 by 644 YOLO V8 batch size of 1832. Adam optimizer, learning rate is this one, training size of 80 set data set, 10% for the test data, 10% for the validation. So predicted label is nothing but represented as a 1 for the SIP target, and the 0 for the non-SIP target. Variable bounding boxes turned to adjusted, and this has been performed on my system. So performance result are shown in the next table. So this is the SAR SIP data sets are there. So this data set is used the combination of Sentinel-1, that is European Space Agency, and Chinese data set. So this is 102 Chinese GeoFin 3 images and 108 Sentinel-1 images are used to form this data set of SAR SIP data set. So this is the formation process, that is calibrated SAR, candidate image, SIP detection, labeled SIP detection, and this is the one detected SIP is there from the SAR data. So this information is labeled in the XML. XML form is available in the data set. So that will provide the category of the SIP, normalized column value of vector, row value of vector of SIP center, normalized SIP, and the normalized SIP length. So this is the result of implemented models, that is based on the mean average precision of the SIP detector. So from this, we have implemented SSD 300, fast CRN, RetinaNet, modified SSD, YOLO V8, ResNet, and VG16. So among this, mean average precision is basically maximum will get 94.01 for the YOLO V8, then followed by the ResNet and followed by the VGG. But in time requirement, the YOLO V8 is the third number, and then ResNet, and then maximum time required for the VGC16. So appropriately, moderately, YOLO V8 and ResNet will be preferable for such kind of data sets are there. So this is the graphical representation of training time and the mean average precision of the this all these deep learning models are there. So this is the precision recall F1 score. In this also, YOLO V8, ResNet, and VGC followed sequentially. First one is YOLO V8, then ResNet, and then last one is VGC16. So preferably, for this kind of dataset, SAR dataset, we need to prefer the ResNet and the YOLO V8 model will be preferred for SAR dataset generally. So this is the results of all these three. ResNet 18 92.90.8 for VG 69, YOLOV at 94 as compared to the next one is RetinaNet 18.91% as compared to the rest. So hence, as existing, we can improve the nearly 4% improvement in the relative performance detected by the YOLOV generally. So this is the output of the result of this.
You have 1 minute to conclude your presentation.
Yes, sir. So this is the predicted model squaring round square box. Is a bounding box is there. The detected SIPs are there. So these are the results of this one. And finally, the conclusion that is that quantitative deep learning has significantly advanced R deficit compared to the non-deep learning method in terms of accuracy. So deep learning model including VG16, ResNet 18, and LOV8 excels automatically learning features complex R data, improving the detection accuracy up to 4%, rest of the higher. So ResNet and LOV8 gives the improved balance performance in the detection accuracy as well as the conditional computational time over existing method. The further scope that we can check the possibility of combination of the conventional CFR model and the deep learning model to improve the qualitatively and quantitatively improvement in the detection process. So these are the references. Thank you, sir. So any
Thank you for
questions?
the presentation. Sir, do
Yes.
you have any question?
Yes, yes, yes. Dear student, as
Yes,
you
sir.
know that you are using the SAR. Okay.
Yes, sir. SAR
So
system.
as can you describe the how your SAR system used in a CVAR?
Where, sir?
As you know, we have the CVAR. Uh,
C1 SAR is a synthetic aperture radar.
yes, yes, yes. So
हाँ
when
हाँ
when we use the word war, okay.
हाँ हाँ
Uh,
हाँ हाँ.
in case of word war, we have the some enemies in the sea. Okay.
Yes, yes,
How the
yes.
system work?
हाँ.
Yes. So how your SAR used in a CVAR?
Yes, yes, sir. Basically, what happened? Recently, I give you example that is one strike has been done by the India in Pakistan, right? So in that case, ISRO has parallelly launched one SAR system. So SAR basically it is sending the electromagnetic pulses and receives the electromagnetic pulses. So it is a day and night weather independent capability of the SAR system is there. So whenever we focus SAR system images, getting the SAR data, so in that when enemies are there, so moving parts are there, then its characteristics are different. Okay, so when suppose a metal object is there, then it will be reflected back at a bright spot. Okay, and if it is calm nature is there, then it is represented as a black spot. Okay, and whenever the moving object is there, then it's a Doppler. Due to the Doppler frequency, its characteristic will be changed, and that will be identified as the object. Okay, so based on that moving object or the location point, geospatial data is there. So with that data we can get the altitude latitude of that particular point, and we can track where there is some object is there. Okay, and we can
Okay.
add we can intimate to the military system to track that object basically. So
Very good.
this way
Very
we
good.
can use SAR system in the defense system also.
Okay. One more question is that, or
Yes, sir.
suggestion is that,
Yes.
if in case you have provided the input, okay, so
Huh.
there is limit of input, uh, x coordinate, y coordinate, or you can
Yes,
say that the size. Okay.
yes.
So if your input size is decreased, what will be the effect on your system?
Basically, no, input size is not, no, it is relative input size is there. So there will be the no effect basically.
No, no, you have given the input size, okay, and
Huh.
that is fixed now.
So input size is given for relatively training data set of deep learning. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes.
But we basically train on the characteristic of the particular object.
Okay, okay, okay. My question is that if the size is decreased,
Which size, sir, actually? Is object or is a frame size?
input frame size.
Input frame size. Okay.
Yes. If it is decreased, what will be the effect on your system?
It will get the more accurate detection is there, sir, basically. When we decrease the image sizes, then detail of the characteristic of the particular object will be highlighted more intensely. We train the model basically. It's a time requirement for the deep learning model is also required somewhat high as compared to the larger size.
Okay, good, 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 good.
Yes,
Very good explanation. Thank you.
yes.
Over
Thank you,
to you,
sir.
sir.
Oh,
So should I stop the sharing, sir?
yeah.
Okay.
So next we have Mikin Patel. Paper titled Diffusion Models for Astronomical Image Super Resolution, a Physics-Aware Conditional DDPM Approach. Mikin, are you there?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. You may please begin with your presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Nikin Patel. My paper title is Diffusion Model for Astronomical Image Super Resolution. Diffusion Denoising Probabilistic Approach. Can I share my screen, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes, it is visible.
Just a minute, sir. Okay. So my paper title is paper ID is 22. Title is Diffusion Model for Astronomical Image Super Resolution, a physics-aware conditional DDPM approach, which is a diffusion denoising probabilistic model approach. Background and motivation is astronomical images are often blurry and noisy due to telescope limitation. Low resolution images affect the galaxy analysis and faint source detection. So visual quality alone is insufficient for analyzing the data of astronomy. Scientific accuracy is mandatory. So recovering high resolution image from a single low resolution image, degradation followed known physical processes, and this physics constraint is an inverse problem. There are some methods through which we can improve the resolutions of the image, like we can use interpolation method, which can improve the image resolution. But some of the limitations are there, like it can only stretch the pixel value, and it will lose the faint details. Then we can have also CNN-based methods, which generally oversmooth the images. So again, it is giving a problem. We can have some GAN-based model, which can hallucinate, or it can create some hack structure of an image. So most of the methods ignore the telescope physics. So that's why we preferred a diffusion-based approach, which are probabilistic and it is stable. As we know that diffusion model have solved the problem of stability, which are the major problem in GANs, and it will perform better on a inverse problem. And when we consider the physics-aware conditioning, it is an inverse problem. And it can also model the uncertainty, and it is more reliable than the GAN-based or CNN-based approach. So in our physical observation model, we are having observed images, which is HR images convolved with the point spirit function. Then we downsampled and corrected by noise, and then physical model is explicitly used. Our proposed method is a physics-aware conditional diffusion model, which is conditioned on low-resolution images and metadata. Metadata contains PSF like point spread function, noise and exposure, and some bands. Then through which we use a diffusion process like forward process and noise gradually in the image. And in reverse process, we remove the noise step by step to improve the resolution of the image. And in this reverse process, we also added the conditions on physics. Network architecture we use is unit backbone, self-attention for global structure, low resolution image concatenated at an input. Metadata is embedded via multi-layer perceptron, injected using film layers, allow adaptation to telescope conditions. The dataset we use is SDSS, PAN-STARS, and HST. For radio data, for optical data, we use SDSS like Slow and Digital Sky Survey dataset. And for radio, we use ALMA and VLA simulation. Then for training setup, we use 128 cross 128 image patches. We use 1000 diffusion steps. We use Adam W optimizer, and then DDIM used for fast inference. And for evaluation of our approach, we use PSNR, SSIM, and IPS. We also check the flux recovery accuracy, astrometric precision, faint source completeness, that all we have checked as an evaluation metrics. And then we found as a result that diffusion models outperform the CNNs, GANs, and vanilla DDPM. The vanilla DDPM is a without conditioning DDPM. We also got the better flux and position accuracy. We preserve the faint objects. In ablation study, physics conditioning is essential. Noise schedule affect the quality. Fewer sampling steps are sufficient. Our contribution is we use a physics-aware diffusion super resolution framework. Scientific fidelity we preserve, and which is applicable to large survey. In a conclusion, diffusion models can be used safely in astronomy. Physics-aware conditioning is a key promising direction for scientific imaging. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yes. As you know that you have mentioned that the conversion of high resolution images from low resolutions. Okay, may I know which type of technique you have used to convert high resolution images from the low resolutions?
We use a diffusion model for improving the resolutions of the images. Like in forward pass, we add the noise in an image, and then gradually in a reverse process, we try to remove the noise from the image. So we got a improved quality image, high resolution images. We can use several kinds of model for improving the resolution. Like we can use GAN, CNNs, but there are some limitation in those methods. So we use diffusion model for improving the resolution from low resolution to high resolution.
Okay. So while using the diffusion model, you automatically remove the noise, automatically remove some type of blur images like that.
No, actually, sir, we first add the noise in an image.
Okay,
Diffusion
okay.
model is working in a way that, like, first we are trying to blur the image. Totally, we are making it dark. And then gradually we are trying to remove the noise from the images in a reverse process.
Very good, very good, very good. Because it is very difficult to capture the astronomical images. Okay,
Yes, sir.
by the telescope.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, very good. Nice presentation. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Should I stop the sharing?
Yes, yes. So next we have Harmanpreet Kaur, paper titled Harnessing ICT and E-Governance for Financial Inclusion, a Pathway for Sustainable Development.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible. You may please begin with your presentation.
Yeah, actually having throat issues, so sorry for the voice, but I'll try to give my best. Just I'm sharing my screen. Can you please guide me to how to share the screen here? I'm not getting the
Go
option.
to the share option.
On which side it is?
On the downside,
Sorry, I'm not getting the share option here. Is it browser issue? I'm using MacBook.
see on the below side,
Yeah,
there is a share option in a green icon.
not no green option is here. I start presenting this way only because I'm not getting any green option here. There is
Uh,
no
are you connected with the mobile phone or laptop?
laptop, so MacBook.
Okay.
There is no green option appearing. In the bottom, not on the top.
Press Alt plus S.
1 minute. No, nothing is coming. Here we have control and command.
I think in MacBook having some different setting.
So I'm not getting you any share option. There is caption, byte, foot stop. Can I present without sharing PPT if you allow? So that
No, actually, that won't be possible because presenting the paper is also a part of
okay.
it.
So
So maybe you can try switching on the device from some other.
okay. I'll check, ma'am. I'll check.
Yeah, okay.
Can please give me some time?
So meanwhile, we can take the next presentation and then you can join from another device. Then we'll take you next.
Yeah, ma'am. Great.
All right.
Thank you.
So next we have Ayushi, paper titled Leveraging Big Data Analytics for Real-Time Financial Reporting and Fraud Detection.
Yes, sir.
You may please begin with your presentation.
Okay, sir. Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
sir. Okay, sir. So it is not opening. Sir, is this visible now?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay, okay.
You may please start.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all the members present here. I am Ayushi Bisht, research scholar in Graphic Era deemed to be university. My presentation topic for today is leveraging big data analytics for real-time financial reporting and fraud detection. So begin with the meaning of big data. It refers to extremely rapidly growing data sets that cannot be efficiently collected, stored, and processed and analyzed using traditional data processing tools. So it's the data that is too big, too fast, or too complex for normal systems to handle. The second one is big data analytics. It is basically the process of analyzing very large set of complex data sets to find useful information for better decision making. So, in today's digital era, organizations generate vast volumes of financial data at high speed. Managing, interpreting, and securing this data has become a critical challenge, particularly in the areas of financial reporting and fraud detection. In this context, big data analytics has emerged as a powerful tool to enhance reporting accuracy, ensure transparency, and proactively identifying fraudulent activities. So here we are using big data analytics for financial reporting and fraud detection. It basically means the use of advanced data analysis techniques to improve the accuracy, transparency, and reliability of the financial information while simultaneously identifying and preventing financial frauds. So BDA, that is big data analytics in financial reporting, helps organization to analyze vast volumes of data in financial data in real time. It enhances accuracy and consistency of financial statement, real time monitoring of transaction, forecasting, trend analysis and risk assessment, compliance with accounting and regulatory standards. By doing so, financial reports become more timely, reliable, and decision useful. Whereas in fraud detection, it identifies unusual patterns, flag potential fraudulent behavior early. This enables proactive fraud detection rather than reactive investigation. So these are the 5 V's of data. The first one is volume, because in financial information, there is a huge volume of data set that has been produced every day from various sources. The second one is variety, that is diversity of data that has been collected from the different sources that could be structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. The third one is velocity, that is speed of data generation, amount of growth, and how recklessly data is gathered from different sources. The fourth one is veracity, that is accuracy of data, which includes availability and accountability of data. And the last one is value, that shows the worth of data, which tells whether data is valuable or not. These are the research objectives of our study: to study the role of big data analytics in improving the accuracy, transparency, and timeliness of financial information. The second one is to examine how big data analytics identify patterns and differences that may indicate fraudulent activities. And the last one is to provide insights into how organizations can adopt big data driven approaches to ensure more reliable reporting, detecting fraudulent activities, and improve decision making. This is a diagrammatic presentation of one dependent variable, that is overall effectiveness, and 5 different independent variables, that is data reliability, which basically is the financial data used for real-time analytics are accurate, timely, and easily available. The second
Ayushi, your voice is not coming. Next, we have Harmrit Kaur, paper titled Harnessing ICT and E-Governance for Financial Inclusion, a Pathway for Sustainable Development.
Yes, hi. So sorry for pardon for last time the technical issue. So I'm sharing my screen.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, Ayushi.
Sir, actually there is some connection problem. Should I start again?
Okay. Harmrit, please wait.
Sure, sir.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So here I'm talking about the diagrammatic presentation of dependent and independent variables. In the left hand side, there is dependent variable, one dependent variable, that is overall effectiveness. Here we are presenting that whether real-time financial reporting and analytics significantly improve organizations' ability to detect and prevent financial fraud. And on the right side, there are five independent variables, that is data reliability, analytics sophistication, system readiness, human capability, and governance alignment. So this is basically the crux of essence of literatures that I have studied. Here most of the literatures are talking about that organizations have to introduce big data analytics into their organization for analysis of financial statement, so that they get real-time financial reporting and fraud detection. Because by big data analytics helps in fraud detection by gathering information from different sources and applying advanced algorithm to identify unusual patterns. Therefore, strengthening audit committees and strict governance improves financial transparency. Hence, bringing big data analytics into accounting elevates the problem of organization that drive success. So this is the research methodology. To meet the research objective, a questionnaire was framed and circulated to a group of relevant respondents that are professionals. They are finance professionals and researchers. So based on their uh, responses, conclusions related to the research objectives were drawn. This study basically relies on primary data, and convenience sampling is used to gather data. The respondent groups consist of various finance professionals with the size of 120. So after the data has been collected, they are uploaded to Excel for regression analysis, and these are the answers of p-values of independent variables, where we can see that uh, data reliability and system readiness, analytical sophistication, human capability, and government alignment. There are different independent variables here. The p-value of the p-value, that is the threshold limit of p-value, should be less than 0.05. Three independent variables have the value which is less than 0.05, and two independent variables have the value more than 0.05, which shows if the value is less than 0.05, it means our research is statistically significant. If it is not, then the research is not statistically significant. These are few graphs. Here, the orange rectangles show predicted overall effectiveness, and the blue one shows overall effectiveness. More closeness to this shows that the model predicts well. And lastly, the conclusion is this study basically shows if organizations use advanced techniques in analysis of financial data, then it will be helpful for them for decision making and detecting real time fraud. And they can do it easily with the help of big data analytics, because in current situation there are huge volume of data that comes regularly with the organization, and they can use big data analytics for detecting fraud and financial reporting. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yes, yes. It's a nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, you know that recently ITR providing some text SMS as well as some email to the taxpayer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because of some, there is a query regarding the fraud amount. Okay. So how your system cope up with this ITR fraud detection?
Yes, sir. Can you please repeat the question?
How your system is cope up with the ITR fraud detection system?
Okay, sir. In the context of big data analytics.
Yes, yes, yes. In the context of your big analytics, real-time financial reporting and fraud detection.
Yes, sir. Sir, in the context of big data analytics, there are huge volumes of data that are being available in the regular. So the big data analytics techniques could be used so that unusual patterns can be detected easily, so that if there is some error or fraud that could be done from with the people, with the help of big data analytics we can easily detect that frauds and suggest our users to be aware of that.
Okay, okay, good, good. Very good. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Over to you, sir.
So next we have Harmanpreet Kaur, paper titled Harnessing ICT and E-Governance for Financial Inclusion, a Pathway for Sustainable Development. You may please begin with your presentation.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible clearly.
Yes, you are audible. You may please start the presentation.
Just a minute. So my screen is visible?
No.
Okay. No?
No, it is not visible.
Just a minute, sir. Sharing. So actually, when I'm sharing screen, in window option, no another window is appearing while my PPT is open. I gotta know. Please check now. My screen is visible.
No, it is not visible right now. Okay, Harmeet, you can give the presentation at last now.
Okay, all
We can
right.
move to the next.
Fine, sir. Fine. No issues.
Also, Harmanpreet, do you have any of the co-authors with you in the session?
Sorry?
Do you have any of the co-authors with you in this session?
No, not in this room.
Okay, all right. So if you're
I
still
have sent
facing
it.
the presentation, presenting the screen issue, then you can share your PPT in the chat box.
Okay.
We'll try to share the PPT from our end, and then you
All
can
right.
present at the end.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thank you.
So next we have Reena, paper titled Leveraging Natural Language Processing for the Misinformation Detection in Social Media, Techniques, Challenges and Insights.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you may please begin with the presentation.
Yeah. Let me share the screen, sir. Uh, So is my screen visible?
Yes, you will please start.
Good afternoon to all the respected session chair and participant. I am Professor Reena Sarpute, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Science and Technology, Datta Meghe Institute of Higher Education and Research, Savangi Meghe, Wardha, Maharashtra. Today, I will be presenting our research on leveraging natural language processing for misinformation detection in social media, techniques, challenges, and insights. So, sorry, sir. So, moving towards the introduction, social media spreads information very quickly. As we have come across so many social medias like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which enables information to spread at an unprecedented speed. While this improves connectivity, it will allow false and misleading information to propagate widely before verification. Recently, we have come across an example of the passed away of late Shri Dharmendra ji, veteran actress, veteran actor Dharmendra ji. As we have seen, I guess before 10 days ago, we come across the news that uh, sir has passed away, but after 10 days, and the fact was he got really passed away. So this is one of the example that I could narrate here, which will be representing the misleading of the false information over the social medias. Most users rely on online platforms for news consumption, making them vulnerable to the misinformation. Since manual fact checking is slow, expensive, and doesn't scale to millions of posts generated every minute. So natural language processing helps automatically analyze large amount of social media text to understand meaning and emotions, making it effective for detecting misinformation in rapidly growing online contents. Most people get news online, and because manual fact checking is slow, automated systems are needed to quickly detect the fake information. AI in social media personalizes content and analyzes user behavior in real time to deliver more relevant posts and advertisements. By considering this, here we have the research background as fake news spreads rapidly on the social media and affects public trust and democracy. NLP uses natural language. Uh, NLP uses machine learning and deep learning to uh, automatically detect the fake news from the large text data. But the challenges remain in understanding context and achieving the high accuracy of the data. Despite promising result, current NLP models face multiple gaps. First, it has it has that like model trend on one platform or language often fails when applied on the other platforms. Fake news is sometimes indistinguishable from humors, sarcasms, and opinion-based posts. Third, many studies rely on small and biased data sets, limiting the generalization, and limited data sets and lack of standard evaluation makes performance comparison difficult. So these are the gaps that currently we are having in the NLP research. So by considering these gaps, we have formulated the objectives for our study to review the current NLP models of detecting misinformation, to examine the technical, ethical, and practical issue involved, and third, to indicate the new trends and find gaps in the current literature. So, moving towards the misinformation and NLP, let us first understand the meaning of misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. So, misinformation is something which is a false information shared unintentionally, but it is believing that it is true because we don't know the fact, we don't know the reality. So, whichever information is getting spread, just now I have narrated the example of late veteran actor Sri Dharmendra sir. Then disinformation, this is false information which is shared deliberately to mislead the audience. And about the fake news, it is manipulated or fabricated content presented as a real news. So, moving towards the overview of NLP, NLP uses the technique like tokenization, part of speech tagging, NER, sentiment analysis, and embedding. Then a transformer based model like BERT improves the contextual understanding for the text based data. uh, for identifying the information here in this study we have used the NLP approach because as we have seen most of the data that we can see over the social medias are text based data, and here NLP helps us to process the text based data more effectively. So most NLP analyzes meaning, sentiment, context, and linguistic patterns automatically. Here, that's how it can be best fitted to identify the and process the information. These are the NLP techniques for misinformation detection. First is conventional machine learning method, then deep learning method, linguistic and semantic analysis, then fact checking and knowledge graph integration, and multimodal NLP. So, talking about the conventional machine learning models, it uses the basic text featured and simple models to find the fake news, whereas deep learning model uh, helps us uh, uh, to process the misinformation since it uses neural network to understand text pattern and meaning automatically. Linguistic and semantic analysis studies the language style and emotions to detect the misleading content. Fact checking and knowledge graph integration helps us to check text claims with the trusted information source, and multimodal NLP uses the text along with the various versions of the text it may have, like text, images, videos, to detect the fact or a fake news effectively. Then these are some popular databases we are having where we will be getting some political data on the LIAR is the one of the data set which will be having the fact check political statement data set. Fake news net is one of the data set where we will be having real and fake news with the social media interaction. Then this PHEME or BuzzFeed co-ed dataset covering the politics, disasters, and healthcare related information. So these are some challenges related to the misinformation detection by using NLP. Like first is the linguistic ambiguity. Linguistic ambiguity. So as we know that whichever language we will be using, so that language may have some sarcasm or irony. So system or models are not able to understand the sarcastic meaning of the sentences. Uh, or what is the purpose behind using that particular sentences, because system understood or interpret that sentences in a way by using the word dictionaries, but it may have some literal meanings as well. Then another is model limitations. uh, uh, as we have so many ML models, each model is having their limitations. So that is one of the challenge in identifying the misinformation. Then some ethical concerns we do have, some adversarial attacks we do have, some data challenges also we do have. So talking about the linguistic ambiguity, sarcasm, and satires are hard for model to understand correctly. Then data challenges, social media data is noisy, fast changing, and multilingual. So it may be difficult for the model to adopt as per the change in the data. Then model limitations, deep models need large data and are hard to explain. If we have a large amount of data, then only deep learning models will be best suited. Otherwise, they will predict the result that might not be correct. About the adversarial attack, fake content is modified to trick detection models. And for the ethical concerns, detecting misinformation must balance free speech and fairness. Some of the case studies and real world applications related to this misinformation, spreading of misinformation are the Facebook, Twitters, and Foo. Moving towards the conclusion, this paper looked at how NLP helps to find the fake news. It shows that NLP got better, but it still has problems. As we have discussed about the sarcasm and irony, NLP is good for spotting false stories, but it must be used carefully with honesty and good rules. In forthcoming work, should be should make system that are simple to understand, can work with many languages, know the real meaning of text, work faster, and stay strong even when people try to fool them. So, people from many areas need to join and work together to stop fake news and make more trust on the internet. Here are some future works: larger and multilingual financial data sets to be there. Then real time sentiment analysis has to be done. Since sentiment analysis, moreover, talking about the sentiments behind that particular uh, text or sentences, that whether that sentiments are positive sentiments, negative sentiments, or neutral sentiments. Moreover, to that, integration with the price and technical indicators must be there, and explainable AI has to be there for regulatory transparency. So these are some references. So and that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Hello.
Hello, sir, am I audible?
Hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you
sir.
are audible.
Okay. It was a nice presentation. Uh, I have a
Thank you.
question like that. If you are using the NLP, okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Also, you have considered in your part of presentation deep learning and machine learning. Okay.
Yes. Mm.
So, as you know that NLP always used for the sentiment analysis, and you told a very good example that is Dharmendra. Okay. So, in a case of social media, having the picture of Dharmendra and some text are there, how your NLP is work? Because NLP always work on the sentimental analysis. Okay. But the story or the information is embedded in the picture along with the textual information. So
Mm-hmm.
can you elaborate it how your sentimental analysis or your system uh, is detect the whether it is news is fake or not?
Sir, it is already I have explained. When we will go with the BERT models, machine learning model, that is BERT model. So BERT model moreover focusing on the context of the word rather than only going with the individual terms. So whenever we will come across the such kind of news where we will be getting text and image as well, so multimodal NLP will work better. So here in multimodal NLP, we will be having the images. We will be having images and videos along with the text. So it will be easy for the multimodal NLP to identify whether that text is relevant, whether that text is fake or a real news, a real fake or real. That's it. So for this, to identify this, sir, we have a transformer-based model, that is BERT model. So it will capture all the bidirectional meaning. Also, it allows model to interpret subtle clues, sentence structure, and intents behind that sentences more accurately. So instead of just going with the bag of words, this BERT model helps us to identify uh, everything, that context behind the words. So
Very good,
this
very
is
good.
how
Nice presentation.
Thank you
Yes,
very
yes.
much, sir. Yeah,
Okay. Over to you, sir.
yeah. So shall I stop sharing, sir?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, sir.
So next we have Shubham, paper titled Role of Artificial Intelligence in Enhancing Faculty Development and Sustainability in Higher Education, a descriptive study. Shubham, are you there? Shubham, are you there? Okay. So next we have Kavya, paper title Sentry Edge, a automated multi-tenant benchmarking for a edge device.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Uh, Yes, you may please begin with your presentation.
Sure, sir. Sir, can it visible now?
Yes, it is visible.
Sure, sir. So, hello everyone. This is Kavidarshini S, and my paper ID is 137. My title is called Sentry Edge, which is an automated multi-tenant benchmarking for the edge devices, sir. While my project is fully focused on improving the performance and resource management in the edge computing environments using the intelligent scheduling technicals like in virtual machine technicals. While coming to the next part, Welcoming to the next part called an abstract, it is fully focused in a modern cloud. The edge cloud and the edge environment has been facing major challenges on resource allocations and load balancing and latencies and also internet too. So we have notified already the predefined existing systems they are using in traditional virtual machine scheduling, which is good for the implementation. But the only major issues on that is does not support the load balancing technicals. That means the multiple users can't access the server at the time when they wanted to be complete their task. It does not allow them and does not support the load balancing technicals. So we will assure this is our problem statement, create and propose solution called an hybrid VM scheduling and an adaptive VM scheduling. Well, coming to the hybrid VM scheduling, it is moreover used to combine giving the load balancing technicals to all the users who wanted to be use the cloud at the same time they can use on their way. Well, coming to the adaptive, it is totally different from the hybrid VM scheduling. It is mainly used to find the server's perfect conditions. What are the servers is about? The server is overwhelmed or going to be overwhelmed. Like it will be used to predict the service conditions. And to overcome this, we also using two kind of algorithms called Bayesian probability model and PSO, which is reference and parallel swarm optimization. In our system, that will be scheduled to workload, balances resources effectively, and improves the overall system performance in a multi-tenant edge environment. This is our problem. This is our project is fully about. And coming to the introduction, the cloud, we all know the cloud going to offer us services like IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. However, due to the growth of IoT and real-time applications, mostly the edge computing has been become more necessary in our perspectives. So the edge computing helps us by reducing the latency, supporting the more real-time applications, and giving a processing data closest to the users. But these are coming under the edge computing. But the edge environment has been facing the major problems like limited resources, multiple users sharing some hardware, like a dynamic workloads. The traditional scheduling methods fail in such environments, which creates a need for adaptive and intelligent scheduling approaches, which we notify in existing projects from the implementation. One minute, sir. My PPT is not working.
Try to reshare it.
Okay, sir. Now it is clearly visible now?
Now it is.
Okay, sir. Thank you for clarifying. Well, coming to the problem statement, our problem is mainly focused about the effective resource management in multi-tenant edge environments. But the edge systems or highly dynamic, we also know highly dynamic and shared by multiple users and given resource consent to. Due to this, the performance becomes inconsistent. That's not given proper benchmarking methods exist. And also the resource allocation become more difficult as we know. Hence, a smart and automated performance evaluation system is more required. So we have created the Sentry Edge, which is used to support the multiple users when they wanted to be use a cloud at the time to complete their task. They can be used without any kind of conflicts. So we have taken a problem statement from the previous existed one, which is called a traditional VM scheduling, which is proposed in existing project, and created a hybrid VM scheduling and adaptive VM scheduling by the combination of two kind of algorithms like PSO, which is called a partial swarm optimization, and in Bayesian probability algorithm. This is my literature review, which I have learned more about the previous existing one, where how they implementing the project, how they using the more kind of algorithms to maximize to give and more streamlining this project. So while coming to the research gap analysis, the major gaps have been identified by us in a lack of automated benchmarking frameworks from the previous existed one, and it does not support any tender-aware evaluation. We already notified that and does not support an real-time workloads. It does not given more aware of an energy optimization. These are the gaps which has been notified as to propose a new system from the while compared to the existing systems. And is how the proposed system addresses these gaps. How the research gap analysis has been proposed by our project is, it supports a multi-tenant environment, and it uses intelligent algorithms for scheduling and also ensures a fair resource allocations. While coming to our project is mainly focused on continuing the monitor system performance too. Our goal is to improve the performance, scalability, and the energy efficiency while giving to the resource optimization to all the users who are using the server at the same time. So this is how our project is giving a more addresses a more research gap analysis compared to the existing projects. Yes. Here is a methodology like how we created this. we have used tools and technologies like we are like in Python. I already said I have implemented three kind of algorithms called PSO, which is called in partial swarm optimization. It is majorly used to given load balancing technicals, like all the person who wanted to use a server they can use without any kind of conflicts. We have used these kind of algorithms, and another algorithm is in Bayesian probability. It is mainly used to predict the server status, how the server is running to be. If the server get an overbuild or overlap, the user can be redirected automatically without any kind of manual issues. It can be the user can be redirected automatically to the next server, like a duplicate server which was created by the existed one. They can be automatically redirected there, and they can run a task on the different server. It will be reduce the resource optimization and the load. It also support the load balancing and the CPU utilization and memory usage, while throughput it will be and bandwidth it will be more as possible and does not get any kind of logs. It will be maintaining and monitoring modules. It can be more elegant, I think so. So this is a methodology how we create a project. We have implemented by using a Python code which is called main and app.py, and we have already implemented some kind of libraries like in scientific libraries like NumPy, SciPy and Pandas. This is our flow diagram that how our project is overcoming the major problems which has been created by the existed projects. Yes. I already explained what is the particle swarm optimization algorithm we will be doing in this project. The main thing is a matrix-based allocation model. It will be used to create a major kind of virtual machines, like a duplicate machines and physical hosts wanted to be support the major kind of users who wanted to be done the major task, and the implementation is in the cloud. So this matrix-based allocation model is mainly used to create a multiple kind of virtual machines where it want to be located on that. I already explained about what is the Bayesian probability will do and how the PCO iteration fitness will I mean how the particle swarm optimization will evaluate and create and redirect the user to the different servers, which is more necessary to reduce the resource optimization and the latencies and even more accuracy will comparing to the existing methods. Yes. Well, coming to this project, we have implemented more kind of we have implemented by using more kind of algorithms, technologies, and it will be creating more advantages like efficiency, performance, scalability, like accuracy, like that. Here is a basic what is the system requirements which we have implemented in our projects, like an hardware and the software. This slide is fully about the hardware requirements which we are implemented in our project, and this slide is fully represent what is the software requirements like Windows and Python programming, like that. It will be fully representing the software requirements which we have implemented in our project. And also we have implemented some kind of frameworks. I already mentioned that we have implemented some scientific libraries like NumPy, Scikit, Pandas. Additionally, we have implemented Docker too, but it is still in progress. We would not complete this project is in full, so it is in a progress manner. Docker, we want to be we have a more interest to create and implement in Docker in this project, but unfortunately it is in a running model. So while coming to the implementation, it is majorly
You have 1 minute to conclude your presentation.
Sure, sir. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, here is my output page. It will be a result page. How it be work in a real-time examples like that. I have pasted three kind of output pages here, and this slide is fully about what are the algorithms and what are the models I have used here. I can already say I use a Bayesian probability and PSO algorithm and a matrix space allocation model, like that. Well, coming to the major result part, it is nothing but it will be having more 82% of resource utilization and 40% of reduction in response time, and have a lower energy consumption, better load balancing. While comparing to the traditional methods like an existing method, we have given proposed system performs significantly better while compared to the existing one. And we also propose an intelligent benchmarking framework, and it is used to compare the Bayesian and POC technicals also. While it is suitable for a modern age computing and environments, I think so. So this is our project is fully about. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
No, sir. No, sir. It's a good. It was a good
Okay, sir.
presentation.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
So next we have Divyani, paper titled Study of Cloud Computing in Healthcare Industries.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you may please
Due,
begin with the presentation.
yeah, sir. Due to some unforeseen reasons, my student is unable to present the paper. Okay, so on her behalf, I am only the one who is presenting this paper.
Okay, you may please begin with the presentation.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, respected session chair, sir, and delegates. I am Reena Satpute, Assistant Professor, Dattamike Institute of Higher Education and Research, deemed to be University Savangi Meghe. Today, I will be presenting our study entitled Study of Cloud Computing in Healthcare Industry. So here, this paper focuses on how cloud computing is transforming healthcare by improving data accessibility, scalability, and service efficiency, while it addresses the challenges such as security and privacy. So, moving towards the introduction, cloud computing provides a scalable, on demand services for efficient data storage, processing, and sharing. Healthcare industry generates vast amount of sensitive patient data, but the traditional IT infrastructure is costly, complex, and difficult to scale this enormous or rapidly growing volume of patient sensitive data every day. So, cloud computing, adoption of cloud computing technology improves healthcare service quality, accessibility, and operational efficiency. Moving towards the research background, existing studies shows the rapid increase in cloud-based electronic health records among service models. SaaS or SaaS model is most widely adopted for healthcare applications. Research highlights benefits such as mobility, speed, and collaboration, but the major challenges identified about the data security, privacy, interoperability, and regulatory compliances. So, by considering this, here we have formulated objectives of our paper to study the fundamentals of cloud computing in healthcare, to analyze cloud service models and deployment models, then next to identify benefits and limitations of cloud adoption, and to explore the future research directions in cloud-based healthcare. So, cloud computing in healthcare refers to using the remote internet based server instead of local infrastructure. Healthcare organizations can access storage, processing power, and applications on demand. So, this enables hospitals and providers on focus more on patient care rather than IT management. So this includes storage, processing power, and applications available on demand over the internet. Uh, about the healthcare global computing market trends, the healthcare cloud computing market is valued at $63.55 billion in 2025 last year. So, however, as per the Fortune Business Insight reports, and President's research report, it is projected to grow to 197.45 billions by 2032 via CAGR of 17.6%. So here we can see the graphs of both the Fortune Business Insights and President's research, where they are indicating the growing of the growing use of cloud computing in the healthcare industries. So, use of the cloud computing in healthcare, that studies indicate that 80% of healthcare IT leaders believes that cloud is most secure way to manage patient data. About The 67% already use cloud applications, and 63% is planning to adopt cloud-based EHRs. Their main motivators include the scalability, cost saving, data storage capacity. Better management and interoperability of data results in more accurate forecasting and decision making. With access to the specific record, a healthcare specialist can make data driven decision, improves treatment result, and even forecast seasonal disease outbreak as well. So here are some use cases of the cloud computing in healthcare that cloud computing in healthcare helps us in telemedicine and remote patient care, accurate data driven diagnosis, then workflow automation, EHR, that is electronic health record management, drug discovery, and research as well. Moving towards the cloud services model, here we have three basic cloud services model. First is software as a service. Best example to quote here is the electronic health record. Then another is the platform as a service, application development platforms. Then third, infrastructure as a service, that virtual servers and storage. These are the models helps us to support to opt cloud computing in healthcare better. Then moving towards the cloud computing layers of that SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. IaaS. Here we can see that at the software as a service level, users are responsible to handle all the applications and softwares as well, like inbox of Gmail or Facebook, YouTube, and Dropboxes. So the data handling for this will be done through the application layer, and this is nothing but the SaaS model. Moving towards the platform as a service, software developers are working at this level. Here we can see the Google App Engines, Microsoft Azure's. These are working effectively with the help of platform layers, and these are handled at the PaaS, that is platform as a service model. Moving towards the infrastructure as a service, here system admin will be looking after all the happenings at this model. So this will be related to the infrastructure layers and some hardware layers as well. Then software as a service is a web-based deployment model that makes the software accessible through the web browser. About the platform as a service, it provides a cloud computing framework for software application creations and deployment. For the infrastructure as a service, it is the cloud computing service offering on-demand computing, storage, and networking resources. We have some other cloud service based models as well, like MAS, CAS, DAS, DRASS. While selecting the cloud service model, we have to look for the well financial cloud provider and a steady profit consistency architecture. Moving towards the cloud deployment model, we have total 4 cloud deployment model are public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. So public cloud typically have the massive amount of available space, which translates into easy scalability. It is recommended for the software development and collaborative projects. So public cloud is basically best suited for the software development and collaborative project. Moving towards the private cloud, it is usually reside behind the firewalls and are utilized by the single organization. As it is private cloud, so it has some limitations, but it has the more security and more privacy as compared to the public cloud. So it is recommended for the business with very tight regulatory requirement. So uh, for the organizations like military or healthcare industries, we will be moreover preferring towards the private cloud because for that sector's privacy and security is the major concern. Then hybrid cloud combines the public cloud with the private cloud to allow the two platforms to interact seamlessly. It is recommended for the business balancing big data analytics with the strict data privacy regulations. So as I already told you, let you know about the private cloud, which is used in the militaries. But here, if some terms and conditions will be agreed, then we can go with the um, hybrid cloud as well for the healthcare industry uh, sectors. Then moving towards the community cloud, it is a collaborative multi-tenant platform used by the several distinct organizations to share the same application. Users are typically operating within the same industry or field. So, community cloud is best suited for the industry where collaborative departmental work or collaborative operating work is there for the same industry. This is the difference between the public, private, community, and hybrid crowd. So, public crowd is used by the small enterprises. It support
You have 1 minute to conclude your presentation.
Okay, so these are some benefits of the cloud computing in healthcare. It gives better service, patient service, increased scalability, real-time analytics, then cost saving, data security and compliances with collaborative patient care. These are some challenges: security and compliances, unrealized cloud potential, and cloud availability. About the discussion, it enhances the mobility and data availability, faster access to the patient information, significant cost saving, improved resource utilization, ongoing challenges. So these are some discussions related to the use of cloud computing in healthcare. Moving towards the conclusion, cloud computing enhances efficiency, scalability, and accessibility in the healthcare. It supports collaborative healthcare delivery and improved patient outcome. Adoption is increasing, but must address the security and privacy concerns. So, whichever model we will be using, or wherever we will be, implementing this cloud computing, we have it that cloud computing must have to address the issues related to security and privacy concerns. So, here are some future works: integration of the AI with the cloud, then development of stronger security and privacy framework must be uh, taken into consideration, then improved interoperability standard for the healthcare data exchange, and expansion of the telemedicine and remote patient monitoring. These are some of the bullet points that we can take forward for the future work as far as this study is concerned. So these are my references. So thank you very much.
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
It's not a question, but I want to ask ma'am.
Yes, sir.
It is the one of the type of suggestions you can say that, ma'am.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
in case your cloud having some breakdown,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
If your cloud having some breakdown, how your
Yes, sir.
system helpful to the healthcare industry?
So, if cloud will have some, technical issues or some crashing kind of issue, so we will be having replicas of that data. So, we will be having replicas of the data. So, in case that some data may go on loss due to some unexpected scenarios, so we can, get avail the data which is already stored in different locations. So,
Okay. So in short, cloud never break
Mhm.
down.
Uh,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
yeah, thank you, sir. So shall I stop the screen sharing, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Yes,
very
you can.
much.
So next we have Balun Keshwari, paper titled Women and AI Role in Science Fiction Narratives.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You may please begin with your presentation.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I'm Balunkeshwari and I'm a PhD scholar at KIT University, Bhubaneswar. Today we all have heard about technologies and tech-related things, but mine would be a bit different because it is literature-based. So as you can see, my presentation is titled Women and AI, Roles in Science Fiction Narratives. To give a brief summary of what the research is about, we examine three major works of science fiction, that is Ex Machina, Westworld, and Kindred, stories that millions of people have watched or read. In these stories, we see female characters who are dealing with AI systems and powerful male figures who control them. The way these women fight for freedom in the fiction is almost identical to the real struggles women face in technologies, companies in today's world. The research that represents in this AI the research demonstrates the representation of AI in narratives inseparable from the material conditions of women participation in STEM. STEM as in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, labor, and innovations. We propose actionable recommendations for the creators and technologists to center intersectional perspectives, implement bias, audits, and translate narratives innovations into ethical AI design. Now, why this topic matters? First, it might be a personal reason. While I was doing a PhD topic, I was choosing a PhD topic, I was reading science fictions, novels, and watching films. I noticed something strange that all female characters, almost all, in AI stories were always either being controlled or manipulated or treated as object by male scientists and developers. And the second and the most urgent reason is right now that we are living in 2026, where artificial intelligence is reshaping our world at an incredible speed. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, these are becoming a part of our daily lives. And here's the problem: who is building this system? Who is making decisions about them? Mostly men, right? Only 20 to 25% of AI researchers are women, and in India it's even worse. Only 15% of people are working in AI and computing roles as women. When women are excluded from designing AI, what happens? First, bias algorithm. In 2024, we all saw a case where Amazon's hiring AI was systematically rejecting resumes that contain the word female or a woman. So here's my question. If we want to fix this problem, shouldn't we look at the stories and narratives that are shaping the world's imaginations about AI in the first place? That's why this research matters. Science fiction is not just about entertainment, it's about a laboratory where we rehearse the future. If the future we imagine exclude women, or if women in those futures are always controlled and powerless, then that's the kind of future we actually are building. Talking about the research objectives, I had four major objectives. The first one, to examine how female protagonists navigate AI systems and patriarchal design in canonical narratives. The second, to analyze patterns of agency, resistance, and constraint across these three particular uh, fictions, that are Ex Machina, Westworld, and Kindred. The third, I want to connect the dots between fiction and reality. Are the struggles these fictional women face similar to the documented barriers women face in actual technological companies and research labs? Lastly, I wanted to develop what we call intersectional frame. Intersectional framework means I didn't just put or look out in gender in isolation. I looked at how gender intersect with race, with caste, with class, with sexuality. Because a black woman's experience in tech is very different than of a white woman's experience. A Dalit woman experience is different from an upper caste woman's experience. That was intersectionality means. The three questions, research questions that boil down into are: first one, how do these research narratives actually stage the relationship between women and AI systems? What kind of power dynamics are being portrayed? The second, what forms of resistance and agencies are actually available to these female characters? In other words, in what ways can they push back, or in what ways they are stuck? And the last, how do these fictional struggles echo real world gender equalities? Where do the parallels show up, and what is actually happening in the technological sector? These three questions kept us focused throughout the research. Talking about the methodology, we have done a close reading of the textuals. We have gone through the movies and the series as well. There was intersection analysis of the text that has happened, and we have used literature-based theories like feminist theories, AI ethics, post-humanism, and cultural studies. I chose these three particular work, Ex Machina, Westfold, and Kindred, because they all offer different configuration of control and resistance. They're canonical, meaning they're widely known and influential, and they span across all media. The first one, if I talk about, is Ex Machina, which is a movie, Westworld, which is a TV series, which is an OTT platform, and the last one, Kindred, is a science fiction novel, which is a literature. So they give us a broader picture. Talking about my very first case, that is Ex Machina. So let us talk about the very first character, that is Eva. Who is Eva? She is an AI, a robot created by man named Nethal in his isolated research facility. From the beginning, she's confided. She lives in a glass box. She's constantly watched through cameras. She is subjected to tests designed by Nathan to evaluate her intelligence. She is treated like an experiment, not as a being. That's okay because she is again an AI bot. Nathan holds all the power. He has created her. He controls what she sees, what she can do, what even she looks like. He designed her body to be feminine and attractive, not because that's what he wanted, it's because what the world wanted and how women are actually objectified. But here is where it gets interesting. Eva does not just accept this. She uses every tools of her confinement against the people confining her. She manipulates Caleb, another character, the young man who comes to test her by pretending to develop her feelings for him. She uses the fact that Nathan designed her to be attractive and charming, and she uses the femininity that has imposed on her as a weapon. She learns the system and she exploits it. At the end of the movie, we see Ava kills Nathan, she traps Caleb in the facility, and she walks out into the world in an human appearing body. Now, we could read this as a horror story, right? Look at the evil AI that escaped and killed everyone, but I read it differently. I saw it as an assertion of self determination. Eva was designed to be obedient, to be served, to be controlled. Instead, she chose her own path. If she had to be violent, she did it. Why? Because she refused to remain confined within the rules that were scripted for her, an assistant, an object of desire, or a test subject. Now, if I draw parallel to the real world, how many women in the AI research lab experience something similar? They have hired in the environment designed by men on men. They are consistently evaluated and judged. Their contributions and attributions to the male colleagues. They face pressure to look and act in a certain ways. And like Eva, some of them find to manipulate the system to survive and advance. But it exhausts them. It is precarious, right? It's not freedom, it is strategic, it's survival within the system designed to control them. Talking about my next case study, that is Westworld. Here, Mauve is another character. She is a black android designed as a brothel madam for male guests. She repeatedly shot and killed and reset by the technicians who rewrite her memories and personality. Her awakening is that through glitches, she realizes her existence, her emotions, her desires. Sense of self is coded. The system designed her to rebel in the control ways. And the trap here is even her bold escape and hacking were anticipated. Her resistance were predetermined. The system designed her to anticipate her own rebellion. So here, if I draw another parallel real world parallel system here, women in the tech think they are breaking the glass ceiling, but system anticipated this, like wage gaps, lack of mentorship, motherhood penalties, subtle mechanism designed to neutralize this resistance. Like the open AI scandal, if we all know that women spoke up, but the system protected the power structure. And the last one is kindred. Dana, who is a main character, is a black woman repeatedly pulled backwards through time in 1800s in the Maryland plantation. She biologically connected to her ancestor Rufus. If he dies, she won't be born. Here's the trap. She is forced to keep him alive, meaning she must navigate to protect slavery and the system enslaving her. Time travel is an algorithm of control. She tried to resist. She uses literacy and strategic decision. She documents, she protects, she enslaves people and refuses violation. She is concerned and not complicit. If I draw again some real parallel to the real world, technology encodes historical operations like facial recognition fails for black women because training data was mostly for the white people. Loan algorithms deny black borrowers because they are trained to historical discrimination. If I talk about India, caste based algorithm discrimination uses centuries of operations as training data. New technology does not escape old operation, it encodes them with the code. Talking about the key and the final contributions of this particular research is that how first, first this is to study and to bring out together the literary analysis of the science fiction narratives with actual empirical data about gender and technology. Most literary criticism stays in books and in classrooms, right? Most technology policies ignores narrative and culture, we connect them. Second, we put intersectionality at the center. We didn't just ask, are women represented in AI narratives? We asked which women, like black women, Dalit women, working class women, how are these specific norms of operation operated or erased? Third, we redefine what agency means. In popular discourse, we think of agency as a choice of freedom, but Eva or Mo or Dana don't have freedom. They have agency, meaning they find a way to act, resist, and care for themselves and others within self constraints. That's more realistic understanding of what agency looks like for the most people, especially marginalized women. Fourth, we argue that science fiction is not an escape, it's a practical tool. The stories that people consume shape their assumptions about technology, about gender, about what's possible and what's inevitable. If we want to build more just AI system, we need to change these narratives. And the last one, we center global South perspectives, especially India. We are not just analyzing anamorphal science fictions in isolation, we are asking how do these narratives resonate or conflict with the actual experiences of women in India and in the Western contexts. Coming to the conclusion, representation in AI narratives is not about tokenism, it's about power. It's about who gets to be imagined as an innovator, as a decision maker, an ethical subject in the world of AI. If women not only appear in the stories as objects to be controlled, we internalize that. We build systems and control women, we accept that as normal. Science fiction is not an escape, it's a laboratory. It's where we rehearse possible futures. If we want to build AI system that does not discriminate, that does not harm women, that does not marginalize people, we need to start by changing the narratives. We need science fiction that centers intersectional female agencies. We need stories where women are not just surviving within the systems of control, they are designing the systems from the ground up. This research opened doors for future work. We want to expand this to Indian science fiction, which hasn't been studied yet much. And we want to bring out this methodology in practical spaces into media production, into AI ethics labs, into policy designs. We want writers and technologies and policymakers working together to imagine a better future. So, my final thought about this particular paper is that the narratives we tell shape the futures we build. Right now, the futures being told are mostly male futures, mostly Western futures, and mostly the futures that concentrate power in the hands of a few. We have the power to change the story. We can insist narratives that center intersectional female perspectives, and if we have that, maybe, just maybe, the actual technologies that emerge will be more exclusive and more human. Thank you. These are the references.
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
Uh, Woman and AI, the role in a science fiction narrative. It is a very good title and very good
Yes, sir, your
presentation with the
voice is
help of
breaking
some
and
methodology.
your voice is not that audible.
Hello, is it audible?
Yes, sir, now it's audible.
Okay. Your title is Woman and AI Roles in the Science Fiction Narratives. It was a very good presentation with the help of some methodology, some clarity of the AI and woman like that. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
I have one suggestion.
Yes, sir.
How your woman and AI cope up with the help of humanity in case of some woman trafficking is there.
Yes, sir. So that's what we have been talking about the policy designs, about the AI ethics that needs to be more strong enough, especially in this generation where deep fake AIs and you have seen so many fake images have been circulating, so many fake videos, and it is impossible nowadays even to discriminate which is real, which is a fake, which is taking a toll on women, which is taking a toll on their mental health. Many cases have come up here in this India, especially if I talk, let's leave Western countries, that many suicides, many blackmailing, many even human trafficking, the way you said, we are getting trapped in this world. So here we need to start educating women about what is AI, how to start, how save ourselves, how to protect our images, our privacy. Everything needs to be done from the very ground level, because in India we are not that open to all these discussions. We are not talking about it. We are not being exposed to all these current discussions, which should be done from the very ground level. So because we know that even young students who are doing reels, who are doing TikToks, who are into YouTubes, because they see a future in it, and actually they are earning a lot, even more than us, if you can agree with that. They're earning a lot. But yes, again, it is, as every side, a coin has a two side, every side has a positive as well as a negative thing. We need to start building out policies, and AI ethics should be done in a more ground level work, sir.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
So next we have Harmanpreet Kaur, paper titled Harnessing ICT and E-Governance for Financial Inclusion, a Pathway for Sustainable Development.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, I have shared my PPT in chat box.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Please help me to share.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So my topic is harnessing ICT and e-governance for financial inclusion. So first, we examine how ICT infrastructure, digital literacy, governance all together contribute to the financial inclusion. And most of the previous, studies, the research, they incline towards these factors, these variables. But the major gap was they haven't considered in the studies about the sustainable and economic development. So that is covered through this research. So moving to the introduction in depth. So there are sustainable meetings, the bigger acknowledgement of e-governance, well-structured ICT, and escalating heights of digital literacy. We all witness currently, right? And indispensable and progressible prominently function in energizing, spotting, and enriching overall financial inclusion. So another one is the policy initiative towards sustainable development, encourage long-term sustainability by incorporating financial inclusion policies with equality in growth of socioeconomic and environmental aspects. So literature review, I've already discussed about that. Major studies has been conducted on all the parameters, variables, but the gap was they doesn't include the prominent part, which is the one of the variable here, is the sustainable economical development. As we know, the climate change, various things happens. There's no aspects, there's no sector we can avoid or we can carry forward any growth, any inclusions without considering the factor sustainability. So, research methodology, in this we used a structured questionnaire based on a 7-point Likert scale, and responses were collected from 300 respondents to determine the influence of various factors on financial inclusion. Further, regression model, ANOVA, and correlations were statistical tool used to analysis the data and to determine the impact of ICT infrastructure, digital literacy, e-governance, and sustainable policy on financial inclusion. Then variables, just to give a more detail about independent variables, were ICT infrastructure, e-governance services, digital literacy, sorry, sustainable development policies, and dependent variable was one which was financial inclusion. Then these are the tables further. So descriptive statistics showing mean and standard deviation values for financial inclusion, ICT infrastructure, sustainable policies, digital literacy, and e-governance, all the variables. These are the mean value analysis. Further, next slide, please. Then further is regression model summary, which showing that there is a 77.8% variation in financial inclusion. All is explained by independent variable, showing strong predictive power of the model. Then further slide, we have regression model analysis and its graph. Yeah, this is a summary. R square, and then after ANOVA graph, and then after findings, the findings reveal that e-governance services, digital literacy, and ICT infrastructure collectively serve as a pivotal enablers of financial inclusion. By enhancing accessibility and efficiency, while the unexpected adverse effect of sustainable development policies underscores policy practice disjunctions, thereby affirming the model's robustness, validating the theoretical nexus between governance, technology, and inclusion, and emphasizing further the imperative for recalibrated frameworks that going to be harmonized technological innovation with development objectives to achieve sustainable, equitable, and inclusive financial ecosystems. Then, to study the implication underscores the strengthening e-governance mechanism, expanding ICT infrastructure, and fostering digital literacy are indispensable for advancing financial inclusion. While the adverse policy effect highlights that exigency and recalibrated regulatory frameworks that reconcile sustainability mandates with inclusive growth imperatives, thereby guiding policymakers, technocrats, and development practitioners toward integrated innovation driven strategies for equitable socioeconomic transformation. Then, all in all, the study substantiates that the synergistic interplay of e-governance services, then ICT infrastructure, digital literacy, all constitutes a formidable catalyst for advancing financial inclusion. And then after, to reconcile technological dynamism with sustainable, equitable financial ecosystem, and further fostering long-term socio-economic resilience and inclusive development. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Sir, do you have any questions?
No, sir. No, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. I sincerely thanks our author for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session. and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of our whole team, thank you for the support during this 10th version and all the previous 9th version of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 11th version in 2027. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through mail within 2 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of SmartCom 2026. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Devanand Atmaram Meshram, for chairing this session. A token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of Team SmartCom 2026 and a Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you for your vulnerable presence. Sir, would you like to give a closing remark for us?
Yes, yes. Thank you all our participants. This brings us to the conclusion of our presentation. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all the presenters for their excellent work, clear delivery, and for engaging so thoughtful with the questions. The depth of the research and the breadth of the applications we have witnessed today is truly commendable. Before we close, it's my great pleasure to be the part of this session chair of SmartCom 2026. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I kindly request you all to switch on the cameras for a quick snapshot. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.